Supreme evening, guys and goddesses. We are on the 14th saga of Intimate with TomBoi. And today I'm going to be talking about fetishes. I want to give a shout out to the spicy queen, Raina C. Alright, I just did a podcast with her. Definitely go follow her. So we're going to get into this real quick. Alright, one time. You know I ain't gonna play with you, right? You know what time it is. So why don't you put on them high heels and lingerie? High heels, put on them high heels and lingerie. And lingerie, put on them high heels and lingerie. High heels, put on them high heels and lingerie. And lingerie, put on them high heels. Put on them high heels, baby. Put on them high heels, baby. High heels and lingerie. What's good, guys and goddesses? I know it's kind of late for me to be releasing this Intimate with TomBoi, but I had to take flight. For those of y'all close to me, y'all know why I took flight. So I was on the flight, and basically, I had to give me some rest afterwards. And so we gonna get this 14th saga for y'all of Intimate with TomBoi. I appreciate y'all for y'all patience and definitely rocking with me every week. So if you don't know, I did interview with the spicy queen Raina C on her podcast. Y'all need to follow her on Spotify, all right? Dope queen, very dope queen. Definitely have a lot of love for her. If you need some interviews, hit up the spicy queen. She definitely talks a lot about fet life for those of y'all that are into this. And so for this episode, I am going to talk about fetishes, which one of mine would be high heels and lingerie. So I hope y'all like this one. And we just gonna rock this thing out, all right? Let's get it. So I get asked this question all the time. What type of woman do you like? And one response that I give is, I like my women in high heels and lingerie. And so, now, we know ladies can't just walk around in high heels and lingerie. But if you know anything about me, and you know anything about way my dating went as a teenager. A lot of girls I went to school with were exotic dancers. And actually, my high school sweetheart is one of them. And so I'm gonna get into the high heels and the lingerie. So I know a lot of y'all's like, man, you telling me teenage girls in the club stripping and all that? Yes, yes, yes. You be surprised how this goes on. Like, yeah, it goes on. Like, it's just like me talking about being groomed. Like, a lot of girls get into the stripping game young or the hoeing game young, and I guess it's like one thing that a lot of people don't know. But yeah, a lot of girls start doing it at 15, 16 years old. I had some friends. A lot of them had fake IDs, and that's how they could do it. Or like, it was a thing if like, older dancer that was already there, say she was like, 19, 20 or whatever, and she trying to get her in there, she come along with her, and she could just say like, yeah, she want to come and dance for the night. And they not going to check the ID. They just going to believe like, okay, yeah, we'll let her come in here. And so, yeah, it was just easy for these girls to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's like, okay, well, how is this a part of your fantasies or fetishes, the girls and the high heels and the lingerie? All right, let's get into it. So basically, when the household I grew up in, my mom was a very feminine woman, but she was conservative. She loved the Lord and all that. She had to have a lipstick on. The heels had to match the purse, and the purse had to match the hat. You know what I'm saying? And so, I didn't see the high heels and the lingerie at home, but I seen the very feminine woman. My grandmother It was no different. Like, they had the big church hats and, you know what I'm saying? And the heels and all that. So it was very conservative, type of situation. So, like, you're like, okay, you seen the feminine woman, but now you're talking about a fetish of a woman in high heels and lingerie. And so basically, like, I would be in the clubs young, underage, because, my girls there stripping. And so you see like a lot of stuff there. You see the girls and they outfits and at this time, shout out to the house moms and the strip clubs because they are the ones that kept the girls in order. They don't really have that anymore. But in them 2000s and all that, you know what I'm saying? In the like 2010s, like the house moms made the strip club popping because they put the girls in the sexy outfits and sexy gowns and kept them in order. They would have like certain glow under the light kind of thongs, and it was just like they kept these girls in order. And the girls would have all types of heels, heels that lit up. They had the heels that had the money in it. Like girls just they dressed their ass off during them times in the strip club, and I've seen a lot of this. And dating a girl that's stripping, like you can only imagine how the bedroom, the role play, because she has the attire already, and girls breaking out, whips and chains and all that, because when they're at the club, they're putting on a fantasy for the tricks, I know my girl had one dude that was just, he came here specifically, he would rent out VIP so she could like whip him and put her heel, what I'm saying, in his butt and down his throat. Like, fetishes is wild, what I'm saying? And so for me, like, she come on to me, I'm like, babe, like, put them got high heels, put that lingerie on, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it because I want to take that shit off of you, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, it's like, man, it's a sexy thing that comes along to it, you know what I'm saying? Just how she can move her body, my ex was really good at pole work and stuff like that, she could dance and all that, so it used to be really dope. So in a sense, I was being groomed into looking at women just being sex symbols and really sexy. Now, did I still have respect for my woman? Yes, because I had to also remember I had to separate her work from our home life, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes the work did come into the home life, It would be other women in the house and, we would have three ways and you know, it would be a lot of fun. Like we were open to like a lot of shit fetishes, sometimes it could be a few women coming to the house, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is I always let her pick out the women. So it usually be like close friends of hers or something. It was like one time I had, picked out the girls, which that's when problems came along because it's like you know, she like, oh, what made you pick her or how'd you find her? And so, you know, trying to keep them fetishes and them fantasies going, like, you got to be careful too because that also can lead into jealousy and it could then start making your woman think like, oh, am I not enough or how long you been seeing this girl or was you seeing her behind my back? So sometimes your fantasies and fetishes can intervene with your personal life. Now remember I told you I was groomed into the lifestyle of, the polyamorous thing, at 12, I had the older women and I don't, they were, a little bit older than me and they grew me into that. Now this is my thing about that. It's like to go after that and then the next woman you are, she's stripping and then it's you, her and her friends or whoever else is invited, right? So my fetishes were kind of that's like women kind of groomed them on me, whether they were older than me, the same age as me, or whatever. Those basically gave my perception of what I wanted is a fantasy. And so to see a woman in heels and lingerie, that's like the sexiest thing to me. And especially like if we're gonna do some role playing in the bedroom and just all that, put the pole up and get it in. You feel me? And so you could say that women have groomed me into liking certain things. Um, and that's probably why I love my women in high heels and lingerie. So once again, I want to give a shout out to the Spicy Queen, Raina C, for giving me the opportunity to take the BDSM test with her. And we put out there like, basically our fetishes and talked about the fit life and the type of women, what I'm saying, that we are attracted to. Y'all need to check that out, all right? Spicy Queen, Raina C, the Spicy Queen. Y'all need to follow this queen. I'm going to make sure y'all, check out that podcast off of Spotify. I'm going to put that definitely down in the comments, all right? I want y'all to enjoy y'all evening. We're going into Monday now. This was fun as usual, all right? I'm going to see y'all again next week, all right? Light, love, abundance, peace, and prosperity, gods and goddesses. You know I ain't gonna play with you, right? You know what time it is. So why don't you put on them high heels and lingerie? High heels, put on them high heels and lingerie. And lingerie, put on them high heels and lingerie. High heels, put on them high heels and lingerie. And lingerie, put on them high heels. Put on them high heels, baby. Put on them high heels, baby. High heels and lingerie. High heels. Put on them high heels and lingerie. And lingerie. Put on them high heels and lingerie. High heels. Put on them high heels and lingerie. And lingerie. Put on them high heels. Baby, please me, baby. Tease me, baby. Love me, baby, baby, baby. Put on high heels, put on them high heels and lingerie. High heels, put on them high heels and lingerie.